Well, as parents, we want to do everything we can to help shield our children from pain, but some parents are taking it a step too far by actually stepping in and posing as their teenagers during virtual arguments. It's called ghostwriting, and it's a new trend that experts say parents should avoid. Joining me now to explain and offer alternatives is pediatrician and single mom, Dr. Alison Mitzner. She is the author of the book, Calm and Confident Parenting, How to Care for Yourself and Your Kids Through Life's Chaos. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, I'd never heard of ghostwriting. We were all saying, what? So tell us more about ghostwriting and some of the reasons parents should, choose to do this.
And parents admit to doing this, whether their kid shows them the text message or they just happen to see it on the table. And like you said, no parent wants to see their kid upset or going through this drama. So they want to try and solve the conflict, or if there's disagreements or disputes, if there's heated text exchanges, which in adolescence you can see, so they want to try and calm that situation. And often there's anxiety for their own kid coming from these arguments or miscommunications on text messages that they want to try and solve or help them.
So that seems to be what's happening when your child is having a text argument, which is so strange. That's when parents are stepping in and kind of stepping in as the teen.
Right. Often, if they think there's a conflict and there's a dispute, sometimes they think that it might cause more issues if their child chooses to not respond, and knowing that might make things worse, so they want to respond on their child's behalf.
Now, why is this the wrong approach?
It is. First, the obvious, or maybe not so obvious, is kids will know if it's an adult responding, if it's not their parent, and that can embarrass their kid, right? They use different slang terms or emojis. I don't even know my kids have the time with what they mean. Or it can make things worse if they get involved and they don't really know the details. But more importantly is you want your child to learn their own communication skills and how to solve conflicts or disputes or disagreements, even if there's mistakes. And we know there'll be mistakes. They need to learn from those mistakes, and then they'll take these tools into their adult life.
So what can parents do instead of writing their kids' text messages for them?
They can let their kids know they're there to support them, help them and guide them on how to respond to text messages, but not necessarily answer them on their behalf. Because there is that fine line. Teenagers, we know, want to be independent and have their independence, but they still depend on their parents quite frequently.
What are some tips parents can share with their teenagers on how to handle these text messages?
There are all sorts. I mean, I think the first would be let your kid tell their friend that their parents might be monitoring their text messages, because they're less likely to maybe send something so heated and argumentative if they know an adult's going to see that. The other thing is kids don't always have their phones on them, so it can cause stress or anxiety, or they might think that they text something that made things worse, but the no response is just really they didn't have their phone or they have screen time limits. And the reverse is true. I mean, your child might have screen time limits, and it's good that their friends know that. And then the other thing is really think before responding. Adults should do this too. When you're really upset or emotional, you might say something that you regret. When in doubt, I always say, let your kid know, just don't respond, think about it. And this is a good time when they might come to their parent or go to their parent for advice on how or what words to use, because sometimes that can be an issue or a struggle for teenagers.
Yeah, very good advice. Oh my goodness, that wasn't around when my child was.
Right, and in person is always best, I think, if there's a misunderstanding. You have those in-person cues and tone. So that's really important.
Thank you so much for being here with us and teaching us something new. I didn't even know about this trend. I appreciate it.